also now shift our focus to the Karnataka sex abuse scandal. State Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has written to Prime Minister Narendra Modi requesting him to ensure that the main accused, JDS's Prajwal Revanna's diplomatic passport, gets cancelled. We'll quote part of the letter which has been written by the Karnataka Chief Minister. He says Prajwal Revanna has abused his diplomatic privileges to flee the country and to escape criminal proceedings. It's a matter of serious concern that the accused has managed to remain in hiding to this day despite the issue of a lookout circular, a blue corner notice and 2 notices by the investigating officer under Section 41A of the CRPC. Unquote. Remember, as per the initial reports, Prajwal Revanna had travelled first to Germany and then to Dubai, but he remains elusive so far. Let me go across to my colleague Neha, who's getting us more on this. Neha, letter after letter being written by the authorities, by the government, the politics playing out in this case, but the moot matter remains that Prajwal Revanna remains absconding.
Well, that's right, Shreya. In fact, all efforts right now by the state government as well as the centre, clearly not yielding enough at this point. And it is, a difficult task here. We're talking about Prajwal Revanna, who still remains absconding. An arrest warrant had been put out for him as well. Despite that, now we're seeing that, now you have the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah. They're writing a letter to the Prime Minister seeking the cancellation of Prajwal Revanna's diplomatic passport. Remember, this comes after the SIT had already written to the Ministry of External Affairs seeking that cancellation. And now, unfortunate as it is, we're seeing the politics around this entire case, in fact, going on to take centre stage, even as justice for these victims right now, still hasn't been done. Whether or not the state and centre are able to work together, are able to work hand in hand and ensure that Prajwal Revanna is brought back and made to join the investigation is something that remains to be seen.
Right, Neha, thank you very much for joining us with those details. Of course, we'll have to see when that happens, who brings him back, all of that tussle still going out between the state and the centre and how this case really moves forward. Let's move on in a significant development. In fact, in the Prajwal Revanna obscene video case, the Union Minister Prahlad Joshi has confirmed the procedures for the cancellation of Prajwal's diplomatic passport that are underway. This, remember, comes after the Karnataka CM Siddaramaiah wrote to Prime Minister Modi requesting him to cancel the passport of the now suspended JDS leader.
ಯಾವುದೇ ಡಿಪ್ಲೊಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ಯಾದಿ ರದ್ದು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅದರದ್ದೇ ಆದಂಥ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಇದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಡಿಪ್ಲೊಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ರದ್ದುಪಡಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ FIR ಇತ್ಯಾದಿ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾ ಕೇಳೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ತನಕ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ, DK ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ್ ಅವರು ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. 21ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಿಪ್ಪಿಂಗ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಪೆನ್ಡ್ರೈವ್, ಮೊದಲನೇ ಪೆನ್ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಬಂದದ್ದು 21ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು. 21ನೇ ತಾರೀಕಿನಿಂದ ಪ್ರಜ್ವಲ್ ರೇವಣ್ಣ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು 27, 28ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು. 8 ದಿವಸ ಏನು ಕತ್ತೆ ಕಾಯ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ನೀವು? ಉತ್ತರ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು? ಯಾಕೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ FIR ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಡಿಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು?
Remember, Prajwal and his father, HD Revanna, are facing an SIT probe constituted by the Karnataka government over the alleged sexual harassment and criminal intimidation following a complaint by a woman who worked in their household. Let me go back to my colleague Neha for more on this. Neha, just as we were talking about how this political tussle has been going on in this case, the state saying that the centre is responsible to bring him back, the centre saying that it's the state that let him go and leave this country. But clearly, nobody is really, spelling out the procedure to get him back and where he is, his whereabouts.
Well, that's right, Shreya. Of course, politics playing out over this entire case. We'll just try and get in a reaction here from Sir. Sir, if I could just very quickly ask you, sir, the Chief Minister has written to the Prime Minister today over the cancellation of Prajwal Revanna's passport. But the BJP has politicized this, sir. They are questioning why the Chief Minister is writing to the Prime Minister instead of following the procedures and writing to the MEA or the concerned department instead.
See, I don't think BJP comprehends these matters at all, or they're deliberately doing it. The Chief Minister is the head of the state, and he can write to the Prime Minister about a sitting parliament member. What's wrong with that? and he's written seeking the cancellation of a passport. And if two heads of the state are talking, what is the problem of the BJP? And why is it taking so long for the MEA to react to a head of a state? It's been, why does a CM have to write 2 times? Why wasn't it taken seriously in the first, at the first instance itself?
Sir, one last question to you. Unfortunately, the matter has turned political. State and the centre are blaming each other. Prahlad Joshi, furthering this accusation, has now said that the Congress government in Karnataka didn't act on this despite knowing about it on April 21st, only to appease the Vokkaliga vote bank.
I don't think Mr. Joshi is completely aware what his own party members are doing. Mr. Devaraja Gowda, who happens to be the BJP Holenarsipura BJP candidate, did a press conference and said that Mr. Amit Shah was completely aware of this entire thing. In fact, he did the press meet and exposed this entire scandal at the behest of Mr. Amit Shah. So despite the fact that he was a known offender, you have given him a ticket. You have gone and campaigned with him, with Modi ji on stage. You have done everything possible to ensure he might win an election. And now you are blaming Congress for it. And does Mr. Joshi understand the protocols? I mean, what was the complaint that was there earlier? Or we cannot take complaints based on rumors. I would like to ask Mr. Joshi, despite all these things, you knowing that he was a sexual abuser of women, why did you give him a ticket? Why is still in ties with the JDS? Why can't you just snap your ties with them and say, no, we are no longer partners? Have they done that? No.
Are you hopeful the centre would respond positively? There's going to be some headway in bringing him back and ensuring he's a part of the investigation?
If they were interested, they would have ensured that it is. If the Prime Minister can stop the Russia-Ukraine war, can't he figure out where Prajwal Revanna is? Does any state agency have the capacity to go abroad and do a joint operation with the local investigation agencies without the consent of the central government? Why hasn't the BJP leaders told that Prajwal Revanna is a fugitive and we want to sever ties with JDS, and we will tell the Prime Minister and Mr. Amit Shah to cooperate with the Karnataka state investigation agencies abroad? Have they said that? What prevents them from saying that? They can say that even now. It's been almost a month and they have not bothered about it. And the entire responsibility is just on the state government. He's a parliamentarian. What have they done so far? What has the central government done so far to get a parliamentarian who's on the run?
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Well, of course, that was Minister Priyank Kharge there talking about this entire issue right now, shortly after the Chief Minister has written a letter now to the Prime Minister seeking the cancellation of Prajwal Revanna's passport. Yet again, of course, the question here arises about whether the state and the centre would work together to ensure that he's brought back to India and made a part of that investigation.